Yeah, it's a good thing. I'm glad you're here talking to me regularly. Yeah, I think it just speaks volumes about how I feel on the bike, how the team have prepared the bike to start the season, and how the team operate as a whole. You know, it gives me a platform to build confidence. Yeah, that's right. I didn't realise how critical it was at the time. I just thought it's a good opportunity to do some racing back at home in front of my Australian fans who haven't seen me race there since 2005, apart from the odd World Championship event that I've done at Phillip Island. So it was just, let's go and do some riding in the off season. But as it turns out, it was a perfect sort of like preparations for the race season. I was riding a BMW, getting used to, let's say, the DNA of the machine and the character of the bike, and then didn't sort of have that drop in the off season. Just sort of like maintained fitness, confidence, focus. I was just sharp all the way through. So started this season ready to go. Didn't have to come through that sort of building transition again. For me, being new to the bike, obviously I haven't got the experience with it enough to give you a confident answer in that. And I have seen that the bike is, let's say, inconsistent in its results. Certain riders or certain tracks will excel on the bike really well, and then other rounds, they sort of drop out of the focus a little. So I'm hoping that the latest revision with the bike has sort of maybe filled a few of those gaps, and then even maybe some of my character in racing consistency might just be that last little bit. It needs to be more consistent throughout the season. Well, to be fair, Hickey's been great.
Yeah.
Always in the past, having a fast teammate and having rivalry creates the situation to get a bit prickly. Where so far, Pete's been really good. He's been completely honest and open about his setup with the bike and his direction of change with settings as the weekend unfolds. And equally, in the debriefs, I've been equally as open. So at the moment, we've got this good working relationship. We both want to see the bike and the team progress. And then when it comes to who beats each other, well, we can work that out on the day.
Yeah.
Or on the corner, let's say.
Yeah.
I've heard all the same reports, the good grip, and it's, a lot of the bumps that were an issue before are gone. But as we all know, the byproduct of grip is tyre wear and tyre life. So, I guess we'll all learn the answers to that question as the weekend unfolds.
And looking forward to championship wise, is this a championship campaign? Are you starting to think that? You're certainly smiling a lot more. What are you seeing about it?
Yeah, I think I have to. I think everyone, lined up on the grid wants that sort of have that sensation, an idea that they can be a championship contender. And it's not until the season starts to progress that either that sort of fades off or gets stronger. And at the moment, I feel like I'm on this sort of like steady line. My years of experience in the championship give me this confidence that I can do it. Been seeing the progress with the team and what Hickey's done in the past on the bike gives me that sort of confidence, and the opening rounds of the year, so we're staying on this sort of level confidence playing field at the moment. But if things keep going the way they are, I'm sure we'll start to improve that confidence and belief that we can take the championship. You're up to fourth gear. Just when you get to these red indicators on the left here, you go back 2 gears to second for this first turn, and then the turn kind of like drags you out wide early, so you've got to fight that. Oh, seatbelts.
I think I need it.
Yeah, you do. So up to fourth gear down here. So you've got apex over here. This is the part where you join the Craner Club because it always crashes. You can see the marks where people crash. Down here, braking into third gear. Then accelerating up. Fourth, fifth. Then accelerating up here to compass. Back 2 gears, third. Then stay in third here, accelerate into, that was McLean's, this is compass. And then just staying in third, this is sort of blind on entry. Then accelerate onto the back straight. I don't know, that sounds like a bad tyre, but up to fifth gear, you got 6 gears obviously, you only use 5. Braking down into second gear for foggy S's, using both curbs. And then up to fourth gear, and then back 2 into Melbourne Loop.
It's not your car, innit?
Up 2 gears, and then back to first for foggy. Final corner, checkered flags out, you've got the lead. Take the champagne and the glory.
I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to make
And
it.
you kind of see the first apex kind of go past and you think, oh, I've stuffed it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I'm alright. That's actually how it has to feel. It does, I mean, I used a bit more track then than you would on the bike, but that is actually how you feel. It's like, oh, I'm not going to stop, and then you go, oh no, I'm alright. I should say the most efficient way for us to build one of these racing bikes is to buy an engine and a frame on a BMW, because everything else on the bike is not standard. It's not as the bike comes out the manufacturer. Every other part for the engine and the frame is built for racing purposes. But because the bikes we race have to be homologated, they have to be a standard road bike from the beginning. They have to start as a standard road bike and then get all pulled to pieces, and all these extra parts get added on, and all the standard road bike parts get taken off and put in the box. So the regulations for our championship for the chassis and modifications is the same as 12 Superbike. So everything you can see on the bike is the same as what you would have in World Superbikes, but our electronics package is controlled unit. So that's the biggest difference between what World Superbike are on and what we're on. The energy over on front. When you've got that engine braking effect, that's strong enough that the rear tyre starts to skid on the track. That's when you see the bike's kind of going sideways on the way into a corner. So we can adjust the throttle so that when I go to 0 throttle on the way into a corner, again, the butterflies don't go to 0 and match my hands. They might go to say 10%. So that keeps the engine kind of running at a similar speed as what the bike is as it's entering the corner, and prevents the rear from sliding on the track and coming sideways. Yeah, I started off the weekend really strong. The opening practice, I think I was third or fourth, something like that. Anyway, strong, good pace. Bike felt good. We made a couple of changes reflective to the track surface changes Pete's already mentioned. Kind of went not the wrong way with it, but it wasn't able to improve the lap time. We changed the gearing a bit, which I was happy with. The changes we made the bike a little bit better in the change of direction, which was something I liked. But so the time I gained in change of direction was massively lost on the brakes. So we ended up having to go back to the settings that we had from the first practice, and then in the qualifying event, I kind of sort of first time out there.
And couldn't fight any harder. So this is I mean, it's a third, but it feels like a win in some ways. We've had a little struggle through the weekend, and to fight and get up to the podium in a race like that is it's fantastic. I'm really happy for the team. I hope the race was good to watch from the crowd. It certainly was good for me to race, be a part of it.
Yeah, we'd made some good progress in the morning warm-up, so I had high hopes for the race, and then I got off to a decent start, but just sort of found myself kind of getting mixed up with other people, sort of like riding rhythm, and I sort of lost a few places, and it didn't seem like the race was sort of developing how I thought it would. And then I kind of got in my rhythm, and I found the feeling of the bike, and started making some passes, and started to come forward, which was good. But by that point, the race had really sort of spread out a lot. And then we had the red flag incident, which bunched everybody up, and then it was just chaos. I feel like maybe I should have paid a ticket in, because it got some entertainment, that's for sure. But I was trying to be as part of that action as much as possible, but I kept, again, like other times in the race, kept finding myself in the wrong track position at the wrong time, and kind of, just sort of like messing up opportunities. But I'm just buzzing to be back on the podium. It was a great race. I was glad to be part of it. I haven't got the answers for it. Normally I would hate that situation, because it seems to upset the tyres and the bike and how the race sort of progresses. But for today, the situation worked in my favour, so hallelujah. I'm really looking forward to it, because I know now I've got a bike that's more competitive, and then we can maybe even make a slight adjustment with some of my comments through that race to the mechanics, and we stand in a better chance to then fight harder in the last one.
Good luck for this afternoon.
Thank you. Had a warp disc in the final race, so any time I tried to brake with lean angle, obviously the brake was vibrating, so then that accelerated the chance of losing the front if you're trail braking into the turn with lean angle. So I really had to do any braking kind of upright and then release the brake to turn. I was missing loads of apex, I couldn't carry any speed. The bike was even vibrating later in the race, even when I wasn't braking, because of the constant oscillation sort of feeling. We must have been wearing the tyre in a strange pattern, so then even when I wasn't braking, it was still vibrating. So I mean that's all I can really say about the race. Everybody's, I can imagine, disappointed. So I can't be more disappointed with the situation. But we've just got to put it behind us and move forward onto the next round, uphill, and hopefully we can rebound back and put things right there.